The £28 billion pledge at the heart of his green strategy, shelved yesterday.
The reason for that, the Tories have done terrible damage to our economy.
How much of a gift is this to the Tories?
Can the Tories capitalise on Labour's U-turn on their flagship green policy?
And just reading the article that Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves actually put out in the Guardian. What was it today? Did you see it? Have you seen it? It was
No.
Yesterday, 10 to 6. So they obviously had a plan in place to kind of fan the flame, cool the flames a little bit. But at the end, they say the circumstances have changed, but our ambitions for Britain have not. There's a global race taking place, and we want Britain to be leading it. That sounds fine, but to someone who is very critical of Starmer, whether it be on the left or the right, that is a bit of an empty promise. And what is he supposed to do? Like, is he supposed to make promises and then they become empty, or that you have this situation, or do you just hold back from making promises and just look like you're either too scared or you're trying to please everyone or what have you? So, like you said, it's a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And whilst I do think he has made some serious mistakes, and some of the things that he has not backed and said that he would not overturn, such as the 2-child cap on universal credit.
Yeah, that's right.
2-child benefit cap. Like, he said that he wouldn't overturn it. That was what, June, July last year, and then a few months later, it was in Scotland.
Yeah.
And he was asked about it, and he warmed to the idea of improving on it and making it slightly better. So,
see, this is what I'm at. Like, what I'm getting at is, I think he would, and I totally appreciate that some people would be like, "You're dreaming age. You're so naive." Like, oh, I'm sure he's really nice behind closed doors. Like, just keep on waiting, Aid, and one day he'll become nice. Yeah. But I do think that he would like, or that Labour would like, to do more to roll back legislation that's been enacted by cruel and sociopathic Tories. But I also think you've got to be a bit realistic in terms of what you've got the space to do in your first parliament. You can't stick a load of rollbacks into the King's Speech and just pack out your day, your week, and your months with undoing things that the previous administration did. Like, they've got other stuff that they want to achieve.
Yeah. And this comes back. This is a good example that we can probably relate to. Two of us who both work in the corporate world or have worked in previous jobs. So when you go into a new role and you see the inequities and the issues that you're facing, and you look at the past regime and you go, God, they did a terrible job.
Yeah,
we're going to make rounding changes, all these changes, but it ends up annoying people because you're making like short-term big changes. And you end up completely tearing up the rule book in a short space of time. And actually, that ends up having the opposite effect, where people don't like it when you come in and go, look how crap you are.
Yeah.
Look how crap the situation is. We're going to change it completely. And so, I don't know. It's not a suggestion of you have to wait and be patient. It's a suggestion of, is the policies that Labour put forward going to be strong enough? Because we haven't seen manifesto.
Yeah. So, the way you said it sounded like an Italian waiter. Like, we haven't seen manifesto.
Manifesto.
Where's that Manny guy got? Anyway.
Manifesto.
Yeah, I mean, so that's a key thing that we've not seen yet, is manifesto. We've seen some like little sniffs of the Tory manifesto, I noticed in the Telegraph earlier. So that is like, things are starting to come out. So there's that. But I also think, just to go back to your point earlier about, the moral case for voting for Labour or for abandoning Labour, I totally have sympathy with people who are disillusioned and who are yearning for some sort of hope or faith. Like, you gotta give us something. Stop abandoning pledges. Just show us something to be excited about.
Yeah.
And I think, the Gaza situation is a great example of that. Like, that was when I was probably my most disappointed in Keir Starmer, was seeing him on Nick Ferrari pushing him and saying, would you ask for I think it was Nick Ferrari, asking him if he would push for a ceasefire. And he just kept retailing the line, like, I do think Israel has a right to defend her. And this is, he's not coming from a position of naivety or ignorance with this. It's like we knew within like days that there's innocent people getting bombed.
Yeah.
People losing their legs, people's kids dying. So to me, that seemed, I mean, look, it depends which side of the coin you think it is. Like,
Yeah.
I guess it's a bit of political, like politicking. Like he doesn't want to annoy a certain subset of traditional Labour supporters.
Yeah.
And in the context of all of the anti-Semitism stuff before, you can kind of see where that hesitancy might come from.
Well, good morning, you sexy mother hubbards. It's time for an alternative paper review. First up to the Sun this morning, and to be a dad at 48. Oh, that is just like, I don't know if you guys are like me, right? Like, I'm 43 and I've got 2 kids.